Welcome back to the On Game Show. My name is Cam. This is Cam. This is Sly, Ked, and we've got a new guest on, Trey. We're so glad to be having you today. We're gonna be playing a new game. We haven't played it before. It's called 1 Minute Rant. Before we get started, because we have a lot to talk about today, we're going to go ahead and explain the rules to this, and I'm sure we're going to be kind of starting and stopping as the conversation goes. Right. So 1 Minute Rant is very simple. We pull a card, we go in a circle. One person pulls the card. It says, we read it aloud. It says, mountains are better than the beach. We then have to argue whatever point that go on a rant about it. We have 1 minute to do that. If any one of us gets off topic during that rant, another person will ring the bell. We have to give the card to them, and they have to continue it. Whoever ends up with the card at the end of the 1 minute gets the point. Pretty self-explanatory. Everything good?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. I would like our guest to introduce himself. This is Trey. Tell us a little about yourself.
Right here.
Hi there. My name is Trey. A lot of people call me Tarzan. I am a MMA fighter out of the compound. I don't even know if I'm allowed to clean the gym right now. I haven't fought in over a year because of surgery. I had a full knee replacement.
Dang.
That sucked. I play rugby for Shreveport. That's how I hurt my knee, funny enough, tore everything in. What else? I know everything about myself until someone asked me to explain. I have 2 kids. I am an assistant wrestling coach at Evangel High School. Cool. Yeah.
Is that full time?
No. So just during the season from October to February when state ends, literally the day of state. That next morning, no one is allowed on the mats anymore.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. And I think everybody remembers Ked. Ked, you were on one of our first episodes.
Yeah, it's been a little.
Yeah, he was on episode 1 and episode 3, right?
Yeah. I think he,
Pretty early on, early adopter. We appreciate that.
Yeah, if you don't know who Ked is, you haven't been rocking with us for very long. So
yeah, go back and check it out.
Yeah, welcome to the show. But yeah, definitely check out that old content. It's good to have you back, brother.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, guys, let's. Do y'all want to jump straight into the game, or?
We can do whatever you want to do. I would like to roll through some questions real quick, and then we can start the game a little bit after that.
Questions.
So, doing MMA, I have had some questions. So, what did you start off doing? Obviously, you're not going into MMA.
So I started in Taekwondo when I was 7.
Damn.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was legal.
I did that for a little bit under 8/9 years.
Yeah.
I think it's 8 pushing 9. Then at 10 I started wrestling. In the north that's just a thing. That's just what you do up there. So I started wrestling at 10. And then I didn't find like boxing and kickboxing or anything until 14, 15. So I guess every couple of years I just kind of picked up a new thing. Boxing I picked up and dropped all within like the same year. I don't like it. Legs and kicks are my thing from Taekwondo. MMA is a weird thing because like the actual cage fighting aspect, it took a while to get used to getting like just reamed in the face with those compact gloves.
Yeah.
Even though I started as a striker, my main thing is grappling. I can wrestle with my eyes closed. It's all muscle memory now. I've done it for 15 years. So if I had to... I hate to put myself in a box like that, though. I started off striking, but I guess I finished grappling with it. Grappling is now my go-to. Like, if I'm really getting rocked and I kind of can't keep up on the feet, we're definitely...
You're going down.
We're definitely going to sit this down.
Yeah.
What made you stop boxing so quick?
Man, you'd be surprised. I respect boxing a lot because of the footwork. Because just the slightest little off step, or the slightest little pivot can just put you in a really good position. So I respect it. But on that same token, a lot of my setups for moves that I've learned since I was little just involve faking kicks or feints with the legs. And funny enough, you can do that in boxing, and sometimes you'll get a reaction, but most of the time you're not going to get anything out of them. So I like boxing to work on my hands, but other than that, I don't know. I just never gravitated towards it as much as I did everything else. I think it's just strictly because of the kicks thing. I think I just am a kick heavy fighter.
Your entire body and not just
What's his John Donner? Why are you in jiu-jitsu? A lot of guys attack the top, and he really popularized leg attacks like heel hooks and things like that. And he said, why are we ignoring 50% of the human body? So that's how I think about fighting. Is why just use your upper body?
Yeah. How many fights have you been in?
Let's see.
Competition fights, not street fights.
yeah, we'll get to that.
On the books.
I've had 7 kickboxing fights. I've roughly 2 of my cage fights I don't really count because the promotion that I did them under, it was I don't know, I was more just hungry to take a fight, so I took it with a really shady promotion, so I don't even count 2 of those. So I'd say 7. I've had 7 cage fights.
What are your wins and losses on that?
So I've had 5 wins and 2. Well, I guess if you count we won't count the shady ones. I won them, but I don't even want to. So 5
You
wins.
probably won those. That's why you won them.
5 wins, 2 losses, but the 2 losses that I got are just brutal.
Really?
Yeah. I fight at heavyweight. I'm really fast for a heavyweight. That's 265. I only weigh. When I fight, I cut a lot of weight, so I go from around 250. Like I'm about 255 right now, but I cut down to 230. And most heavyweights, most heavyweights are cutting to make 265. So I'm a lot faster, a lot smaller, but being a lot smaller means, like at that weight class, if you get touched the wrong way, you're going to sleep. And that's exactly what happened. Just a couple times I left my hands too low or get in a bad grappling position and just get absolutely just smothered, and it's just not.
Well, I would have lost 7 of the 7, so there's, good on you on
Especially
that.
in that fucking weight class. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Man, dude, you'd be surprised, but confidence is a serious factor in those fights because a lot of guys train for years, and then they get out there and those lights and the screaming and the pressure of people watching you, and you want your technique to look perfect, and everybody wants that highlight reel, and then you get so focused and you go from just like loose and flowing to just robotic, and then you get picked apart. I've seen guys who I know for a fact have been training for like a year and a half, just absolutely put on a striking clinic against guys who I know have been training for a while. So confidence is like a big thing, a really big thing.
So tell me, now that we're through the official stuff, tell me a little bit about, I don't know any of the stories about any of your extracurricular fights that...
Extracurricular.
So the 2, the only 2 incidences that I've been in since I've kept a pretty good, so I bounce at a bar, so I don't even count the moments where I gotta throw those guys out or just, drunks in general.
And that's pretty easy, right?
Bouncing is pretty easy when you train, because drunk dudes are already slow and sloppy as it is.
What are you gonna do, right?
It's almost like it's fighting in slow motion. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, 9 times out of 10, it's more so just me. I usually pick guys up and just walk them outside. It's you'd be surprised how much like energy they lose when you demask them like
up he's dead.
Holding them like a baby. The guy's just sitting there staring you in the face.
So there was an incident at Sandbar where I showed up and there was already a guy who had gotten thrown out for harassing this group of 3 girls, and I show up and everybody in town where I hang out in free, but they know I fight and they know I'm just a real protected person as it is. So when I walked in the bar, the bartender Mary told me or told the girls that I could walk him out of the car. Well, I go to walk him out, and Mr. Megaphone Mouth is in the parking lot, drunk as hell, waiting, yelling. There go those. Lots of.
Yeah.
Lots of things. But he's kept screaming, and so I told the girls, I said, just go to the car. He's not going to do anything to you. I said, but don't pull out, because if he jumps behind your car or anything, like, it can just become a whole thing. I said, so just wait and let me calm him down. So they get in the car, and I go to talk to him. Well, then he starts getting just a little more irate about the fact that they got him kicked out, and that's why he's mad, and just wouldn't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, bro, you didn't even get banned. Like, they just told you to go home. Like, and you look like you need to be honest. So I was like, just go home, shake back. I was like, come here tomorrow. I'll be here. We can take a shot together. Something. Just trying to get him to get in.
De-escalate it.
Yeah, I just wanted him to get in. His buddy was in the truck with the passenger door open, hollering for him to get in. So it's me and one of my other buddies. He's standing there. And as it progresses, that's where the infamous video starts, is because my buddy just knows me in situations like that, so he just started recording it. So the guy starts hollering.
Honestly, don't blame him.
So the guy starts
All
hollering.
three of us would be back
Yeah.
This is going on
Great
the pod,
content.
bro.
This is great content.
And so as he gets louder, he's walking. He's closing the distance, and he's getting just too close for comfort. So I stuck my hand up, and I took a step back, and I was like, we can talk from this. That's about close enough. And then he like looked me up and down, and I was like, that was probably the wrong thing to say to the drunk person, but so then we're back and forth, and I'm starting to get busy and irritated, because I just want to go back inside, but I can't leave him out here with the girls have now. I got him. Skip that part. I got him far enough away and put myself between him, me, and the girls' cars to let them back up so they could go. So they're gone now. Now it's just me and him. Now he has turned all this towards me, which, poor decision, but let's see how it plays out. So we're back and forth, and I'm getting more irritated because I just want to go inside. I have just gotten to the bar. Like, I got here and then had to go outside and deal with that. I have not even sat at a bar stool yet. So we're back and forth. Well, then he says, you can hear it in the video. I could not tell you what he said in Simlish at first. And then the last thing he said that I heard was, I'll knock all of them out back there. Well, he's pointing to my buddy and everybody else that's watching from the gap from the back alley. And I said, no, you're not. No, that's not what's about to happen. So then he took that, I guess, as his cue to prove me wrong. And he like jumped at me, so I threw an inside leg kick, and it landed, and then he just like up downed me. I don't think he really understood what just happened. It was really quick.
This motherfucker just kicked.
We're
fighting.
I've seen this video, right? I've seen this video, and
so have you seen the small?
Yeah,
I was actually about to ask. I handle editing. Would that be allowed to be in the podcast?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah, fuck that guy.
So there's two.
Well, I've seen the video, but after the podcast, if you can remind me, I want you to send it, because I actually want to put it on there to where they can, like, I don't want you to have to hold it up or anything.
Okay,
I'll actually throw it on there.
For sure. So there's a short video where it's just clipped to the part where the dude takes his shirt off, where I'm bouncing and I put my hands up, I throw one more leg kick, and then I throw the kick that dropped him. There's a
beautiful kick.
Beautiful
kick.
Well played.
There's a whole part before that that's about 2 minutes long of me throwing about 15 other inside leg kicks to the exact same spot.
I was wondering why he was limping.
Yeah, so if you noticed that very last one I threw, that lifted his leg up, and then he just stood there and looked down. I had left a red print from the top of my shoe that I just continued to slap him with. I was hoping one of them would make him be like, there's levels to this.
Yeah.
He's not even fighting me with his hands right now. Like, I should probably chill out.
For real.
He hadn't taken his shirt off at that point, so I was just laying the leg kicks on, hoping he would just stop.
And how much power are you going full force on this guy? I didn't think so.
No, about 30, 40. I'm hitting him hard enough that I'm picking his leg up and moving it
Yeah.
back, but I'm not hitting him hard enough that I probably could. Yeah, no, definitely could. I probably could have tore his MCL on the inside if I really.
Yeah, and if I'm not
wanted
mistaken,
to.
I mean, he was much shorter. And
Dude was
he was so much
taller
smaller,
than
so he definitely had drunk confidence.
Yeah,
He
so
definitely had that drunk confidence.
we're getting to that point, and now I'm mad because now you have not only made me act out of character, now I'm out here looking like a bully.
Yeah.
So then I get in his face again, and I'm like, are you ready to talk now? And then in the video, you see me put my hands behind my back, and I was like, look, my hands are down. We don't even have to do this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
do you just want to talk? Then he takes his shirt off. So that in my head, that was a signifier that no matter what I do, he's not going to stop coming forward. I just have to put him on the ground.
He wants you to send him a message.
It's just where this needs to end. So, really, it would have been way funnier if I just pushed him over while he had his shirt over his head. Like, what do you do after that? So he takes his shirt off and he puts his hands back up. And then the entirety of the 2-minute video where I'm throwing all those leg kicks, my hands never really came off my side. I was just kind of dancing around and toying with him. When I realized I had to just, let's just get this done and over with. My hands go up and my hands are right here. And I move inward, and then that's when I land that other leg kick that lifted his leg and moved him backwards. He looked up and down at me, or down his leg at me, up and down to me. And I don't know if you can hear it in the video. I said out loud, I was like, no, we're here now. Put your hands back up. This is where we are. You have got me here. So then he's backing up, and I was standing in southpaw. I lifted my knee, and he reacted by going like that and opening his hands up. And I was like, so I did it again, and he did it twice. So I was like, oh yeah. So then I just snap kicked. Probably the prettiest front snap kick I've ever done, to be honest.
Beautiful, man.
To be honest. And what's crazy is, as funny as all that is, I feel really bad about doing it because people who don't fight don't understand the difference between, like, when to tense up your jaw, when to not, even without a mouthpiece in. So the dude's jaw was like, he had his mouth open. So when I kicked him, I could hear it. I don't know if you.
Crunch.
Oh yeah. I dislocated his jaw on this side. His jaw went like that because the way I landed, it was kind of crooked. His jaw went over here. Dislocated this. This bone. I think if I remember right, this bone over here went up, like. Jaw went like that, and something cracked right here on him. I know he had his jaw wired shut. But yeah, people don't believe me when I say, like, I really hate fight. I hate fights like that because, like, I don't like doing that to people. But God, that is the prime example of
You were asking for
like
it.
there's consequences to your act. That dude has never had to face like a serious consequence. And
And it's always the loudest person in the room. Usually is the weakest.
The
person.
loudest dog in the yard.
I used to love to fight back in school but once I got out of school and I really just seen how big the fucking world is, I realized you can't be a bully unless like you're a Floyd Mayweather, maybe. You know, if you're just know that you can beat a lot of fucking ass.
It creates confidence. It won't even make you a bully. Like I can tell who's trained ever. And if you take 1 week of jiu-jitsu classes, you are already more equipped to defend yourself than 99% of the population. You can tell who trains and who doesn't by the way they carry themselves. Like, I fear God and my mother. That's about it.
Yeah.
Fighters it's not even being cocky. It's just like, what?
You have a sense of it's a less of a worry on your mind. Like for the most common person, like that's why I stopped being such one of those like loudmouth assholes. I'm still a loudmouth asshole when we're in here, but I know that me and these guys aren't gonna fight. Right. But that's why I stopped doing it because it's like I don't want to get into a fight with. You never know who is trained, like especially if you haven't trained.
Right.
I don't know how to just know. Like this guy's probably gonna beat my fucking ass. Like until you're laying on the ground, and I don't like embarrassment. So
yeah, you don't really know how deep
or have
the
your
ocean
wire,
is.
your jaw.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that.
Yeah, and
I'm a pretty boy.
I got him a card. I felt really bad. Like really.
Chill out, bro.
My
my mom said that I'm a very handsome young man.
I'm sure she did.
Okay.
That's good.
Keep going, brother. I'm sorry. He's being a fucking jerk.
It was I'm sure.
The little pat on there, yeah.
I got him a card.
You got him a card?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that feels disrespectful.
A what? A card?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I fucked your job.
Yeah.
I got him. I swear to God, I got him a get well soon card because I asked the ambulance where they were taking him and stuff, and that's what you don't see in that video. When at the end of the video, I snap kick him and I don't know why he fell like and curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
the fall was weird.
I think in his head I was coming in to finish it, which you can literally see my brain kind of switch off. I was in fight mode for a second, and so he fell, and in my head it's like,
ground.
Until you're pulled off, like you gotta like finish the fight. So I went to go, and then my brain kind of registered like, no, he's not there anymore. Like So that's how I almost like slip in the gravel, and then I turn around, and the last thing you hear in the video is me do this and tell his buddy, "Come get your fucking friends off the ground."
So that's when he was pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, they picked him up and tried to get him in their truck. Couldn't do it. Dude was just. Yeah, the look on his face was low-key kind of scary when I did it, and he was backing up. You just see his eyes roll, and then that's when he fell.
See, and I feel like that's got to be a scary part of it. It's just being a fighter and knowing that you can be dangerous.
Yeah.
I feel like you like in that specific scenario, you wanted to prove him a point, but you didn't obviously want to kill the guy because that's like, something like that could fuck your brain up so bad when you didn't mean to actually hurt them that bad. So I imagine, especially in street, like where it's not competition, it's just out on the street, it'll mess with you if like you fuck people up and you're like, damn, like you kind of feel bad once the adrenaline and everything is over.
Yeah, there's a fine line you gotta walk, and that's why it's very hard to get like fighters to engage in any kind of stupid kind of conflict, just because I could very much accidentally take it too far. Like even on like complete and total, like I've choked people to sleep before on complete and total accident.
Yeah, and you're not in a cage. You don't have a ref that can. Like,
yeah. Like I was joking around with one of my buddies, and I put him in a rear naked choke. I did something where I just forgot that how tight when you lock that all the way in, even if I'm not squeezing, how tight that is, and I let go, and he just
out.
Yeah, so there's a real fine line you gotta walk, but
I got choked out by a Pentecostal one time.
That's
so,
what I was
so this girl.
It's a Reddit story.
Yeah, no, this girl. That's the actual header too. Yeah. So my sister ran with this girl, like cross country, and she had been fighting her since she was this big, and I was like, this was right before I got into jiu-jitsu, and I was like, I didn't realize exactly what you're talking about, where it's like, okay, I'm asking for something that you really, really don't want to be in. Right. It's not fun when you're doing it,
Yeah.
So, like, I tell her, I'm like, choke me out. And she's like, okay, all right. And we're in my front yard. My sister, my girlfriend, and my dad are there.
Oof.
And, we're joking around, going around, and boom, quick, bro. Got me, right? And I'm like, just out, dude, out.
Yeah,
and it, I wake up to her rubbing my chest. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, you asked me to. I'm like, yeah, I'll never do that again.
It's great, like. When you get knocked out, or
she was in the skirt, bro. Like she was
not the jeans skirt.
Yeah, bro,
she's in the front yard too.
Yeah,
I'm talking suburban, like
suburban, bro. Yeah.
The neighbors are outside watching and everything. You're on somebody's garage cam.
I just envision like Tiburon, like you're just outside in those cookie cutter lawns.
Yeah.
The Johnsons just watch you get absolutely
wrecked.
The Johnsons and the Smiths, they were all outside.
Oh no,
the Smiths were moving. Right?
It's scary. It's a scary thing. It's like in one moment I even getting like knocked out with a punch, like you're there, and then all of a sudden it's like now you're backstage, like you don't know what's going on.
And I had so much confidence going into like starting to fight because I was like, oh, dude, I ran cross country, like my endurance is crazy.
Oh, it
is different. Your
conditioning's way different.
You roll for 3 minutes and you're like, dripping sweat, just like,
Yeah.
oh my
yeah.
God, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
It's unlike any other workout. All right, so we took a little hiatus there.
So what we'll do, we're gonna get on this game, guys, because I know we've been talking for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and get into that, but I want to ask one more question to you, real quick. Again, kind of concise. What advice would you give to anybody that's trying to get into fighting in general, or you can stick to a certain, whatever you want to do? What would you give advice to somebody who wants to get into it? What's the first step? Do you just go start training, or what?
So first things first, everybody thinks they want to be a fighter until they really get hit in the face for the first time. That'll definitely tell you the difference between, like, if you want to be a fighter, you just want to train. Like,
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. Figure out if for lack of a better term, getting rocked in your shit's for you. Like that.
Yeah.
The name of the game is hit and don't be hit. But so the best starting base, if you look at the UFC right now, 80% of the champions per weight class are grapplers by nature, grapplers or wrestlers. So if you've never wrestled before, jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu it's probably the best base to start. While doing jiu-jitsu, I would suggest you box or kickbox. Either one, doesn't really matter. Kicks will come in when you start doing actual MMA training itself. You can find an MMA gym that does those classes, but usually the jiu-jitsu is where you start. Grappling's the best base. You need to work on your footwork and your angle understanding, which is where the boxing and the kickboxing comes in. That kind of helps with your fight IQ as well. Understanding your opponent, how their feet move, where they are, that kind of thing. Setups, feints, all that.
Okay.
Next is actually finding a MMA gym, one that has the like actual classes itself. That's gonna let you put on, your puffy grappling gloves where you're striking and you're grappling at the same time and things like that, because that is very different. It's easy to strike and it's easy to grapple. Not easy, but it's a whole new game when, like, you've got to worry about someone swinging at your face, you guard, and now all of a sudden your legs are above your head. So then that's your next step, is to integrate the two, and then your final step is really just consistency. Consistency is the biggest thing. That's why that first step is to figure out that's what you want to do. If you want to fight or you want to train, because those are two very different things. If you're training to fight, or if you're training to be fit. If you're training to fight, that's a different kind of animal that you got to really be dedicated. Weight cutting, dieting, after hours type of work. Do you still want it when no one's like watching you?
Yeah.
Type thing. Overall, just you really gotta figure out with yourself what you want to do.
Okay.
But the overall steps are, I personally,
That would be your recommendation.
yeah, grappling, striking to understand footwork, positioning,
Yeah.
angles, MMA training, which is going to integrate the two, and then overall just being consistent. Going to the gym no less than 3 times a week. If you're going to fight, 4 to 5. You need to be training all 3 of those things all week. I did, like at the compound, I would do jiu-jitsu class. After jiu-jitsu class, we would go to boxing. And then from boxing, we're going to MMA. Like, I get to the gym at 4:30 and I'm not leaving till 9. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's what that kind of dedication, that kind of time you got to put into it. But yeah, I personally, everybody should take jiu-jitsu. Everybody, fight or no fight.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, anybody can choose. Like, somebody could just want to be a boxer. So
Yeah,
I mean, they
right.
could simply do
Right, and that's what I mean.
training.
Overall, you got to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because boxers don't need. I mean, there's no reason for you to take a jiu-jitsu class.
Right, I got
You know what I mean?
I got you. Cool. Well, yeah. I wanted to get that out of you, so I think everybody can take a little bit from that. I know I can.
Sure.
I asked that from personal because it is something I want to try. I don't know yet if it's for me. I like to fight when I was younger. I don't think anybody necessarily likes getting fucking rocked in their shit. It's just some people withstand it better, or some people can put up with it more.
There's a saying that my old wrestling coach used to say. It is very controversial, and I don't like saying it a lot, because if one man can hold you down, So that's I suggest everybody should take jujitsu. That is
class after this.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to think.
Yeah,
and you don't
It's
think
true,
about
though.
stuff like that until because now it's in the back of your
Yeah,
mind. Like,
yeah. It's like I forgot people do that.
yeah, like what do you do when your legs you're here and now all of a sudden you can't use your arms either. Now you're just like, stop.
No, get it away.
Yo, clip that.
At the same time, how do you get?
That's the dumbest argument I've heard about that.
Why are we debating?
I'm not being rude, but
No.
you're also a cop, bro. Like, what do you mean? You know how people get.
I have to bleep out the R word because YouTube is definitely
That is
gonna
exactly why
Cancel.
I had to. I
No,
wanted to say it, but I was like, I tried to say it so like low.
I'm so okay. I'm
So,
so okay with you saying
People in
it.
prison
I
get
gotta bleep it
essayed
out,
all the
though.
time, and
That's
they're
it. There
like,
we go. Let's TikTok it. That's
Essay.
like it's not. I mean, you can clinch, but so can your girl. That's crazy.
Clip
Sam.
that.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. Anyways.
You say doop, and then this next conversation.
So guys,
But like,
we have these cards.
I'm gonna tweet that later.
you
That's wild.
you just solved
That's
so
fucking
many
wild.
problems. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into this game, guys. Let's get into it. I know you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of everything that was just said you guys got to see, but yeah.
I hope nothing.
So
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this game and all that.
You get started.
You want me to get started?
I think you explained it, so you
brought the game as well, bro.
I was about-
and we're
yeah.
going that way, so I go last.
We pulled that one as an example.
All right, let's go.
For toddlers, 3 is the new 2. Okay,
Ready?
go ahead. So,
I was like, you gave up so
hey,
quick.
yeah,
Go on.
I'm done.
Hey, go on.
All right.
I don't know nothing about
Hold on.
toddlers.
Okay, ready?
All right, for toddlers, 3 is the new 2.
I got this.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Do you want a
Okay.
new
I
card?
got this all day. I got this all day long.
So,
Oh yeah.
all right. So, you always hear like the terrible twos, right?
Right.
If you're 3 years old, you know, I think you get worse, honestly. At least from what I've been seeing. Like, I have people that come into my dealership and they bring their kids, and you know, I've got nieces and nephews. I don't have any kids that I know of. So, if they're 3, right, and they're acting like 2, I think you're just gonna act up regardless. Like, you know what I mean? We're in a generation now where like the attention span of these little kids, they're all iPad kids.
Sweet.
You know, when they're 2 years old, it ain't the same 2 that we dealt with. You know what I mean? So now I feel like they're learning so much more at such an earlier age that like it's starting to get pushed back, like the ages of things. Yeah, thank you. I'm done.
No, wait. Fuck.
That man didn't know the rules.
I just wait. It doesn't go to me.
yeah.
All right. Fuck.
You suck.
three.
You
Three
suck.
is
You
the-
took it. Had
three is
nothing
the-
to say.
God damn it! You got it.
You're done.
I did not know that was going to get past
That's
me.
still
I
yours.
so would have
That's
been
still
plotting on
He
it.
was last.
That's what I said. That's why I was like, why'd it go to me?
No, you.
If you ring it, you get
Yeah,
it.
you ring it. You gotta take it. Now it's your turn. Like
shit.
you basically just took on. You said you don't know, but I do. That's basically what that means.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that fucking sucks.
You
All
still
right.
won the card. That's
Okay, I shouldn't have because I did not say shit. I did not say a damn thing. I don't deserve this
that's a
card.
happy accident right there.
I don't deserve this card. So where does it go now? Does it go to me?
We can go this
We-
way. You want to go that way, or you want to go this
So if I stole it, does it start with me or
No,
does it
no,
go
no,
on
no.
to the next
It
person?
just moves to the next
Okay,
So yeah,
beautiful.
we'll go.
Because
Okay,
anybody
we'll
can
slide.
steal anything.
Yeah.
Okay, all
All
right.
right, guys. Here we go. When people wait two weeks to reply yet to a text.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, so one thing that I truly hate is a late response. But I'll be honest, I'm guilty to it. I'm so guilty.
I wouldn't say.
I was gonna say, what the hell, Slide? You do this shit all
Oh
the time.
God,
Okay, guys, listen. For someone to wait 2 weeks to respond to a text with the word "yeah"
I'm diabolical.
is absolutely disrespectful. You know, last night I was talking to these girls at a bar, and they're like, I ghosted this guy for 2 months, right? And he never texted me back when he was in town. I was like, Shit, you ghosted him for 2 months.
So when people just reply yeah to me, I think we have beef. For sure.
Facts.
In general.
That's not a
right?
conversation.
Yeah, it's not a conversation because you're not giving me anything to work with. You know, you got to give me some too. When you take 2 weeks to reply.
Thumbs up.
Hey,
Fuck, it kills the fucking.
I was fully
potential
invested.
of
I
this
was fully
story.
invested in whatever you were saying.
I'll
Finish
see
it
it,
all.
I'll see it.
Fucking shit. We missing gems.
Go ahead. You want to finish it? Go ahead.
No. I'm paid for my time.
Okay. All right.
My time is back.
It's on the kid. Let's go.
Dean,
All
by
right.
the way.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh shit."
Read it out loud.
Banking in the cloud is better than banking in person.
Go. You don't got time to think. Let's go.
Banking in what the fuck? Banking in the cloud is better than banking in person. Don't wait for shit. So you know when you banking in the cloud, man, it's like it's, you can't touch that shit, man. So can't nobody steal it. So I like to bank in the cloud. You know what I'm saying? No one can do an armed robbery with that shit. You know? Can you relate in any kind of way where you can hit this bell?
I'm bringing it over here. I'm here. Why can't they touch it? I'm all.
Can you be for or against? Can you do both ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be against it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
thought he was-
I don't think
you
that
saying-
bacon in the cloud is better. I think it's very much more easy to steal than it is physically. So yeah, bacon in the cloud because like you know it's easier to steal because it's in the cloud. It's like accessible like through the cloud.
Yeah, we get it. What else?
So that's better than in person because I'm also lazy and I don't want to go in person to up there to do my stuff. So I'd rather just be in the cloud, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you piece of shit!
That was dirty, bro.
There's got to be some
was
regulations
so
against that. What the fuck?
But wait, you can only hit it when he's off topic, and he was talking about banking
we
in
can
person.
we can vote. We can vote if he was off topic. I don't think he was.
I don't think because he literally the sentence was
I was
banking in
just trying to
person. And
I know you were trying to be dirty.
Hey, Loki, that was chestnut checkers, but that was.
So that's me. That's me.
Wait, hold on.
Can
What
I
the
give
fuck
this?
is that? If
So real quick.
my damn story was on topic.
It wasn't. you
No,
were talking
no.
about
You
girls at
start,
a
you
bar.
start. You started talking about a
dudes
specific
and
thing.
ghosting dudes.
Yeah.
It was the response thing, the 2 weeks. Fuck it.
But real quick though,
yeah.
I'm
Let's
gonna
take
take this
This guy
one,
gonna fuck
but I'm
you
gonna
up.
give you the original one that you had because I don't think I deserve that. Because I literally rung it and I didn't say anything.
That's
I think
fair. Okay.
I think you
Okay.
deserve that more than
Fair
me.
enough.
So you
Y'all
got 2
put it to a
bucks.
vote.
I think
all of us would agree.
Yeah,
I
'cause
didn't
to
say
me,
anything.
and also
We all knew
when
I
he
didn't
did it, he
deserve
was like, "What?"
yeah, I didn't even know what I was
He
doing.
goes,
All right,
All right.
read it out loud.
You sound stupid. Okay, I asked not to sound stupid, and I don't know 2 of these words. They sound like medicines, and I don't know what they are.
Read it. I just.
This is you can
Oh shit.
you can take dual collapse. Isn't that a dual collapse with luminescence? Yeah, I don't know what these are.
Next card.
Next card. Next
I don't think any of
I'm
us
not
know what that
60.
shit is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Switching piles.
To somebody, they were like, "That's the
Okay.
perfect
Let's
card."
go. Let's go.
Oh,
Read
thank
it out
God.
loud.
Waking up at 3 a.m. to the silhouette of your child 5 inches from your face. Let me explain something to you.
Perfect place for kids to go to.
Kids need to understand personal space because this is terrifying on a level you don't understand. I am on the side of I don't like this. Kids need to learn what a bubble is because have you ever been just sitting in a bed? Y'all have nieces, nephews, little sisters, little brothers. Okay. You ever been laying in bed, it's 3 a.m., you up, scrolling TikTok, whatever you're doing on your phone, and all of a sudden, you just happen to look and the kid is just... like, it's a little worse when it's like your kid because they look like you and now it's freaking you out a little bit. But no. This 5 inches from your face is a thing I feel like kids only do when they are your child because it's like this is love distance right here. This is I think kids need overall to learn how to back
Beautiful.
the fuck up. That's what they
Beautiful. All right, that's your
That
comment.
was I started to get off topic a little bit and I was like we gotta
Bro,
roll
none
it.
of us were taking that one. 'cause
No,
none of
no,
us.
no.
I was
can't
like
relate to that.
I was like just throw words in your argument that are on the card.
I think that one was only gonna be yours because none of us have kids, right?
Yeah.
Kid don't have kids. None of us have kids.
That's why I had to throw the nieces and nephew thing in there because I was like, this is just you talking about how much your kid needs to back up a little bit, right?
Back up.
Silhouette.
Okay. Ooh, let's go. All right.
Shut up.
So
All right, let's get
outline
it.
of
So,
yeah.
Michael Jordan is the second best basketball player of all time.
And go.
Beautiful.
Somebody's
So,
ringing his-
I do agree that Michael Jordan is the second best basketball player of all time. Number one, I take Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is my guy. There's not a specific. I know that Michael Jordan has all the stats and stuff. He definitely topples Kobe Bryant. I just liked Kobe Bryant's charisma. I liked his dedication. I like the way that he talked and carried himself. So that would be my favorite basketball player. So I'd put him. It's definitely biased, not really based off of stats. But yeah,
I like that you start off with an opinion, and then you described facts. The facts are that Michael Jordan is the best
yeah.
NBA basketball star of all time.
All right.
Simply because of those stats.
Yeah.
The rings. Let's count them, guys. 1, 2.
What the
As
fuck?
soon as you went like this, I was like, how long are they gonna let this go?
He started off so good, and then he starts bullshitting. One.
Bro.
He's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
The
2.
best way to win that argument is to use the Brady defense. Just bring up the rings. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Just bring up the rings.
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
So no, actually, the whole reason I brought Kobe Bryant in, I actually think Michael Jordan is the better player.
Yeah.
But to be able to talk more, I talked about Kobe Bryant just because I felt like, other than just saying Michael Jordan stats, it was like I have more to say about.
You could
Kobe.
argue against it too.
Yo.
You could say that's not true.
I'm saying because I felt like I had more to argue for Kobe.
Oh,
Like
okay.
for Michael, it's just like his stats. Like that's all
Yeah.
that I really
Yeah,
had
okay.
to say about that.
Right,
That's
right.
literally all he said about that.
Kobe Bryant is my favorite player, but I don't think he's the best player of all time.
This
That
comes
makes sense.
off the record of this game. This always be the most difficult debate because I think out of
Him
all
versus
fucking
LeBron
sports,
versus Kobe
unless
versus
you do
Shaq.
unless you go to boxing and just think like that shit, but pound all that. This is very difficult because you got to actually use their competition as well.
You can't, but you also
But
can't
you can do the
compare.
same
You
thing
can't
with
compare Shaq to Kobe. You can't compare
Right, yeah,
like
positions.
That's the same thing in every sport though. You can't compare. I mean, you can't compare Conor McGregor to Francis Ngannou. You can't compare Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali.
the
right.
weight
You can't-
classes.
But-
Yeah.
We were just talking about this too. Does anybody watch F1? Like any Formula One? Okay, so there is the debate between Lewis Hamilton, who is currently the most amount of like wins in Formula One, and Senna, right? So Senna in a like during his time, like 70s, 80s, right, 90s, they all had to drive these just insane 1,000+ horsepower cars with literally you could punch through the fucking like sheet metal on them, right? And they're having to drive with one hand to shift,
Yeah.
right? So you see these insane videos of him going around Monaco shifting with one hand, and then they're like, oh, but Lewis Hamilton's better because he's got more wins. No, that doesn't make
It's just the Brady defense.
Yeah, he
just
died.
a
He
ring.
died. Senna died before he could get all the wins. He
Yeah.
died in his car.
See, and that's the thing with
And
the,
it's-
Like,
the Muhammad Ali thing. People say that about Ali got old and then Mayweather came up, but they used Mayweather's like stats
Yeah.
to win the argument. Which, to be fair, I sound like I'm arguing against him. No, it's not wrong.
But and then it's
But-
the same with like Michael Jordan and LeBron because they're two totally different time periods. The game is played in a different way as well.
100%.
So it's two totally different eras.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't even like
Yeah.
that conversation because
Right.
LeBron is the king of this time. Michael
Right.
Jordan was the king of his
Yeah,
time. We don't need
it's-
to really compare them.
Yep.
Like it's
No.
not fair.
What can be a debate of who's the greatest competitor of all time in basketball and of course other sports.
I think Kobe was the most
Competitive.
But
loved.
how do you? But
Kobe-
how do you define competitor though? That comes down to
What's the word he used? Not tenacious. What's the other word? It's a relentless. How hard was he willing to go to get a W?
Yeah.
That shows a competitive spirit. Michael, apparently nobody wanted to fuck with him. Truly, we learned now.
Yep.
They hated his fucking ass because he's like, man, if you don't get your shit together, just get off this fucking team.
Yeah.
But I think Kobe won that battle.
Yeah.
I think Kobe won that aggressive on the win mentality.
I mean, just willing to do what
I read Kobe's trainer's book, and he was with him daily.
It wasn't Relentless?
It was Relentless, I
I
believe.
read this shit in high school, and
Great book.
that's how you learn moment mentality.
Yeah.
And it's like, you learn how to not have any fucking friends. You know, he always talk, now in the videos are popping out, he talk about how he was by himself as a teenager in college, you know, not going to parties and stuff. So Kobe wins the competitive.
He also said
too,
that every man who is genuinely competitive at his craft also has vices. Like, they have equally as strong vices. Like, he didn't bring Kobe into it. He brought up Tiger Woods, him sleeping with a bunch of women all the time.
I mean, if you look at high level college athletes, a lot of them, even when I was wrestling in college, a lot of the times when we have 3 practices a day. We got a weight lifts in the morning, and then you got class and all that. When we have free time, we doing stuff.
You acting up.
We're drinking Everclear and being menaces on campus or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. If you can, I feel like you can tell the level of how deep someone is obsessed with what they do.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm going to let you finish your statement. I'm sorry.
No, that was really the level of obsession I feel like goes hand in hand with Tiger Woods.
Okay.
How good and just deep off in golf was Tiger, but also how deep off the wayside was Tiger.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I mean, and Michael Jordan with his gambling.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He had to win some kind of, always a winner. He'll bet bigger if he started losing.
Yep.
So on that thought, I'm glad you for the first person I've heard actually say something like that. That kind of got me. I've always tried to just move in a narrow path my whole life, at least the last few years, in a tunnel vision, all that stuff. So my advice is I like to party. In a nutshell, I like to party. I thought it was an alcohol issue, but it's just I like to party and be around women. I love it to death. I feel like if I was ever in like some big city, I'd get in a lot of trouble.
I love it to death.
I
die behind this shit.
It's outside of my disciplines,
Yeah.
that's all I be wanting to do. So everybody knows I go to the gym, I like to study, to work, any of this, any of that. When I'm off, everyone knows.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the fucking bar,
Only on the club.
and I'm gonna find out if if it's a weekend, I'm going to the club. Everyone knows what I'm gonna do in my free time.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just crazy that you say that because that's the first time I've
It's very true.
See, but
Very true.
I've got to do that to take away the stress from all that discipline shit.
Yeah.
I finally let loose and I do that, and it is a bad vice because I can get in trouble now.
There's passions behind it, and passions can be good and they can be bad.
100%. Yeah.
Being in love with something that you do is honorable,
Mhm.
right? But you can also fall in love with the wrong things.
Facts.
Passion can become obsession if you don't know how to dab on that line.
Yeah, and no one said passion is all positive.
No.
yeah,
You can definitely.
There's some passionate serial killers out there.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
No, and that's a big thing. Most serial killers are very passionate.
Yeah,
they're overly passionate. More than a lot of regular people I know.
they're well studied than all the other serial killers. Yeah, what the hell?
documentaries I've watched and all this, they're so passionate. They fucking, that's all they know is their next fucking kill or some shit. Bro.
The depth in which some of those guys can go into planning and like those dudes who walk up at the nice restaurants with the towel and just
you don't want no ice in there, bud? You're just gonna go straight?
Is it my turn to pull?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You read the Michael Jordan. Yeah, you did. So you
Yeah.
Okay. A charcoal grill is better than gas. Oh yeah. All right.
Easy.
So there's a different taste to charcoal. But anything that you actually cook on a charcoal grill is gonna have that charcoal taste, right? Now, I will say that the convenience of a grill is not going to outweigh me cooking with charcoal or not. Really, charcoal grills are way more convenient than gas grills because gas grills, you can only do it in one place. Charcoal grills, you see in the park, bro.
Yeah.
You got a bag of charcoal with you. It's on, bro. You're there, right? The other part of that too is the heat. So gas can only get so hot too, right? So you can turn up more gas, right? But charcoal cooks at a consistent temperature all the way across.
Oh yeah.
So whenever you're cooking a steak or anything for that matter, it's gonna be way more consistent. Thank you. I was stretching. That.
Wait, was that facts or no?
I don't know.
It's consistent.
It does if you at least make sure your charcoal is flat across the bottom. Yeah, you can decide, and you can push all charcoal to one side of the grill and put your food on the other and kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it doesn't have a turn, but I know charcoal, like obviously you light it, but you have to let it kind of burn, it really heat up, so you have to kind of let it sit there for a little bit, but then it starts dying down at a certain point too. Maybe it has like a top, like in the middle point is where it like cooks consistently, and then it starts to fall down, and then the
if you can spread the heat out, like light a good bit of the charcoal, and like I said, spread it out flat, then you get consistent cooking. If I'm trying to cook fast, I would rather propane.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to cook a lot, I'd rather propane.
Yeah.
But if I'm cooking for taste purposes, charcoal or like wood.
So the pellets, bro, are actually my favorite.
Yes.
The pellets, the cookers are so good, man. You know, and it goes back to like you can actually get different flavored pellets.
Facts.
And it's
same with
good.
wood. Same with wood. So I think it was Academy I went to. They have different cooking woods. They recommend, this one for chicken and beef. This one
get
for
the flavored wood.
Yeah.
Not flavored,
yeah.
but,
Well, they have they burn a flavor. It's like the smoke. I don't know. I think it's the smoke.
Tighten up.
I think it's the smoke of it. It burns a certain way where like the smoke of it gives a taste to it.
Oh yeah.
A different taste.
Oh yeah.
They have like the different. I got one of the boxes at the house. I made some burgers with it. I didn't notice a huge difference personally, but
steak you will.
It will. Yeah, I was gonna say genuinely like, and I learned
Burgers, you mix so many things with it, like bun.
I didn't think
put
about
charcoal on top of that,
itself.
like hickory wood and things. You can start to burn that, and then put your charcoal on top of it a little bit. It sounds like it'd be like such a weird mix of stuff, but then you've got the smoke from the wood and you're getting that like char, whatever taste from the flame. It's
kind of mixing it. Yeah,
Last week we brought on some of our women audience, and then we're just completely alienating them with this week. We fights, charcoal, like, grilling out,
Yeah. The women have checked out.
Yeah.
We also brought the women had red pill conversations.
No. So real quick,
gonna do
I had some female clients just the other day. I think yesterday or the day before. That I mentioned the podcast to, and they were like, "Oh, we should check it out." And I was like, "Oh, no, you shouldn't."
That's crazy. We just deleted all of it.
I was like,
What happened?
yeah, I was definitely like, look, I'm not gonna tell y'all because I was like, look, it's not horrible, but I'm just saying you may look at me a little differently because we be saying some wild shit on there, and I don't really remember everything I've said on there. I just know myself, and I know I say some wild shit.
I don't remember if I edited that out.
But what I told them was because like you said, we just finished an episode with our girlfriends, and I told them when that episode drops, check out that one. It's gonna be meant for females a little bit more, but don't check out the rest because I don't know what you're.
I'll send you the link to that one, and don't follow it to the page.
Don't even follow me. Don't subscribe.
Yeah. Especially like not knowing me and me making
Turn off the bell.
Yeah. I don't want them to hear my racist jokes and shit like that, bro. Fuck. Ked understands my racist jokes. You know what I'm saying?
You dressed like a mother when he said it.
He said I speak for the black community. Oh no, I don't.
I don't know that on my third episode. No, women love to. You will warn them, and then they still. I just want to see. Then they see and they get mad. Why would you do that? I'm like,
why would you do that? Why
that
would
was the point of me.
That's why I warned them.
Shit.
I was like, it's a bunch of guys drinking alcohol.
You cheddar bombed yourself. Why would you go look at that?
Yeah, like don't. I want y'all to stay as clients here at Cam's Recording Studio. So please, please don't check out the podcast. Actually,
okay. Let's see.
Let's go, Sly. It's on Sly.
It's on you.
Let's go, baby.
It's on you.
Read it out loud, please.
PDA is not okay.
P Diddy and it's not okay.
What is this, church camp?
Let's go. Time to start.
PDA is not okay. So, I'm going to disagree with that. I think PDA is a beautiful thing, done under the right circumstances. You can't be all touchy in public too often, right? But a nice hand on the back, holding the hand, that's all considered PDA, correct?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Carry
right. Now, when PDA is not okay is when you're doing a little too much at the bar, right?
What's too much?
Come on now, we've all seen it.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
We've all seen
Quit
it.
buying time. Keep going.
PDA, too much PDA is a lot of kissing, a lot of rubbing, in just like the wrong circumstances.
Reverse.
Big tall ass. Tell me more.
What's too much?
I want to hear this.
He gonna start counting again.
I give you that
First
one. I
is-
needed you in college. You should have wrote my paper. That man said too much PDA about 9 times. Too much PDA is what's too much.
He's
You
trying to get his
know.
word count up.
He just started quoting
No,
lovers
no,
and
no.
friends.
The thing about
rather than
Sly
kiss.
is he's one of the slowest talkers I've ever
I
met
swear
in
to
my
God.
life.
You talking 0.5?
So
I won't lie.
this talking 0.5 is crazy. Yeah. So you buy so much time that makes this game so easy. Look, listen, guys.
I just know how to play the game.
Yeah. You're a natural.
you got
You're
There
born
was
for it.
7
You're born
space
for this
bar
game.
hits before each one of those.
We need 3-minute rant for Sly.
And also, I'm an actor, so I'm gonna do that.
acting like this. There's
Acting like I
less
know.
time in there than you.
All right, let's go, Ken. Keep us rolling, baby.
Shit.
All right.
Read it out loud. Don't
I'm
think
sorry.
about it. Read it out loud.
Irregardless is not a word, bro.
The way you.
Irregardless is not a word. Like there's regardless. Irregardless is like irresponsible version of the shit. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Irregardless. I wouldn't even say irregardless. I'm not gonna make it at 6 o'clock. Like it's not a fucking word.
Yeah.
Irregardless. Like it does irresponsible, irritated. What does ir even mean? What does ir mean? Oh damn! Hold on, wait. No, it's still not a word. Irregardless. Like I don't give a fuck. So damn it.
So, irregardless, I don't know if it's in the dictionary or not. I really don't. I don't know if it's an actual word. If it is, I have used irregardless several times, right? In actually in a professional setting. I said, irregardless of your thoughts, I don't care, right? So, irregardless of the argument that you're making, you know, I still think it's a real word.
This is an interesting debate. No, genuinely. Because
I wasn't trying to get on you, kid.
You fucking agree with me?
IR is not a prefix. IR is not a prefix you can put on irregardless, irresponsible. There's only like I think 3 or 4 words that use that IR in front of it.
I feel like it's probably a word. I feel like just the English dictionary.
Ir means
I feel
not.
like-
Ir.
If y'all is in the dictionary,
Irregular,
that
not
doesn't mean-
regular. Irresponsible, not responsible. What's the other ears?
Irregardless, not regardless.
So
There you go.
He agreed with me and stole my shit.
No, I didn't. I said I've used it in a professional setting. I think that it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next card. Let's go. Who's up next?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Oh, that would've been good.
Oh, one more. That's it. You trying to get out of here?
RANT.
It's 6:30. 6:30.
He didn't remember
What?
winding the
Shit.
clock back.
I was about to say, bro. I was like, dude,
No fucking
my girl about to be so
way.
mad, bro.
All right, cutting your hair is a good idea.
Okay. Coming from somebody with a lot of hair.
So I'm gonna argue for this, but cutting your hair is a good idea if you have taken the time to learn the skill to do so. Don't just go in there with a 3 guard and just
Like your
hit
kid.
it. Yeah, my son has really pretty hair, so I want to teach him how to cut his own hair.
Does it say
because
cutting
that
your own
way-
hair? Does it say cutting your own hair?
Cutting your own hair is a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to teach him to cut his own hair because I'm not frugal. I am. Like, I love a good deal. But paying to get your hair cut is low-key a lot now. Like, I pay $45. So I learned how to cut my own hair. Clearly, I was busy. But, cutting your hair is time saver, money saver. Honestly, well, you miss out on like the barbershop talk. That's kind of cool. That's black barbershop talking cool,
Yeah.
cool as hell.
I'll pay you for that.
But it's a good idea also because of the fact. Hell yeah.
You made
Yeah,
it. Shit.
quit bullshitting. Quit bullshit. You're good. You don't gotta bullshit no longer. Save it. We're good.
Guys, this has been OGs. We thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave us a comment. Tell us some different topics and games that you want to recommend to us. Subscribe, hit the like. It helps us out a ton. We're trying to grow this thing out and maybe just show it to some people. You know, some people who are equally as sick in the head as us. Who can take it, definitely.
That might turn into gang violence.
Yeah.
Can't get too many of us together in the same room.
You know what I'm going to say. Be a good one. You know how that feels. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys.
Peace.